Yes, because that's a Sixth Sense reference.
Oh no, I'm saying I remember if it was Haley Joel Osment.
Haley Joel Osment, yes, he did star in that seminal classic.
His most notable role.
Second most notable role behind Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sure. That's his most notable role.
Are you looking up Haley Joel Osment?
Okay, we
so
are recording.
Off track.
Yeah.
We're recording.
This is a great way to intro podcast.
No, I mean he was good in
God's Not Dead. No.
What the fuck? Oh, 1, 2, or 3. He was in The Boys.
How did we go down? Oh yeah, because you were looking at that picture. It was dead all along. Yeah, gotcha. Wait, he was in The Boys?
Yeah, apparently.
I still haven't finished that.
I haven't started it yet.
It's really good.
But no, I was wrong about anything that I was thinking. Okay.
That's okay. I forgive you. So, hey, how's it going, everybody?
We're not going to start like that.
Yes, we are. This is the ZymCast.
We have no structured intros.
I mean, that's been abundantly clear for what, like 23, 24, 27,000 episodes now?
This is episode 23, but I mean, the ones that we didn't air.
I was right. My first guess.
Yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Chase.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Cheyenne. Hi.
She has a structured intro.
Yeah, I mean, that is the one structured, consistent
I'm
Cheyenne,
thing.
Hi. Well, because I always go last.
That's fair.
Also, my outro's the same every time, too.
That is also true. I don't think Chase makes it that far when listening to the
No,
podcast.
No, he does not.
I mean, even when I edit.
Yeah. No.
Hey,
how's it going? How's your week? And how's your mom?
My mom is stressed as heck because as we're doing things right now, she is loading in for one of her plays, which opens next weekend, and I'm here, not being a helpful son.
Right. Sounds like me.
You can advertise for it. That'd be helpful, right?
I mean, I don't know how many people are in the Bay Area.
That's very true. Never mind.
Like, are in the South Bay.
Yeah, I tried to.
I realized I said the wrong thing.
Wrong Bay.
Very different Bay.
Actually, if you know, there is in the Bay Area, there is also the South Bay. There's two California South Bays.
That's always convenient.
Yeah.
The one near LA, the LA South Bay.
Yes. The Daily Breeze.
Anybody who wants to watch some plays, look up Surf City Theater Company. Oh yeah,
nice
in Hermosa Beach. Honestly, we put on really good plays. I'm not biased at all. But my week has been fine. I was like quasi sick like the whole week. We're like, I spent like 4 days in that mode where, you know, the very next day, you know how you get that feeling in your throat that tells you that you're going to be sick the next day?
Oh.
I was there for you know, you can just kind of feel that, like.
Well, it depends on what kind of sick, I guess.
I guess. No, I'm not saying like throwing up. I'm just saying like you could feel like the scratchiness in your throat start, and you can kind of feel.
Yeah.
It was that for 5 days.
What the heck, really?
Yeah. It just never moved past that. I was just really annoyingly uncomfortable for 5 days, but not actually like sick. I just had like a cough.
Is that better or worse
and
than
a sniffle?
Sick?
It's much better, I promise, but it still sucked.
Yeah.
It's like my body was like, no! Every time that like it was trying to succumb to all of the illness that was infecting me. It was like, not again. No sickness this time.
It was fighting back, like right on the brink.
Yep. Yeah. It was like, this is where we make our stand. all my white blood cells were standing on the walls of Helm's Deep. It's like, nuh-uh.
Cheyenne doesn't get that reference.
I don't.
Anyway.
Well, because the way he said it was funny.
I don't know. Whenever I know you're not going to get a reference, I always point it out.
Yeah. We know. But
because
it's always the same reference.
It's always Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yep. She does not care about Lord of the Rings. Can't do it.
So after we shoot our podcast about you reacting to all of the Fast and the Furious movies, then we have to have Cheyenne reacting to all the Lord of the Rings movies.
That's... no.
It's only fair, right? Then we got to find something I've never seen before and make me react to all of those.
What would that be?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Something probably not good.
That or we make him play through video games that he never played.
That's also going to be very difficult.
Harry Potter.
PK.
The Harry Potter video games?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Exactly. See, I got it.
No. Chamber of Secrets, though.
The only problem with that is that the difference of time investment.
The difference in game mechanics as well. Like, as it progresses from the early ones to the late ones, is like it totally changes.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, you guys watching movies is like at tops a 3-hour experience. Like Kyle, play through a video game every week.
Lord of the Rings?
It's not good. Yeah, that's why I said it tops a 3-hour experience. We're not going to make you watch the extended editions.
He would make me watch the extended edition.
It's not necessary.
The only ones I watch.
You see? It's the same
Whatever
time
then tops
commitment.
4-hour. No, it's not. I can play
Feels
through
like it would
one
be.
video game in like, I don't know. These probably aren't that long.
Yeah, they might.
They're not.
But like, they're probably longer than 3 hours.
Possibly.
I would hope so. God, what a jip. But yeah, no, I've not been up to much. I've just been not sick and playing video games.
Right.
Oh, and working.
Oh, despite the obvious, yes.
Oh, I do have a really fun story though that happened at work yesterday.
Please enlighten us.
Yeah, so it was like right about to leave. I was working a mid from like 3 to 11. It's hard to say it's a mid. It's so late, but yeah.
It's a mid.
It's definitely a mid. But it was like 10:30, and I was just wandering around the hallways, making sure everything was like picked up and clean because we were finally slowing down. And then,
Oh, you slowed down at 10:30? Lucky you.
I mean, a bit. We closed at 11.
Oh, it closed at 11:40. Yeah, go ahead.
But that sucks. But I just happened to notice, like on the ground, I just saw like a little something on the ground, and I pick it up, and like I look at it, and it's just a small, it's a single individual pill still in its wrapping and packaging. It's a little blue pill.
In the wrapper. Interesting.
Well, like in its.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, I know what this is.
Why is this here?
And I look at this, and I look on the back, and it's like clearly not like it's definitely off brand, like one of the herbal Viagra things. But on the back there was like the barcode and price for it is like $16.50 for a single pill.
Ooh.
I'm just like, I look at this thing, and I'm like, someone will come looking for this, and also never ask anyone where it went.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just gonna. And I just like set it down. Well,
Are they gonna slip it in your mouth?
Do
I?
No! I just kind of set it down back on the ground and then in the corner where it was. I'm like, maybe he'll find it. But then I went on my merry way. 10 minutes later, I see a dude looking around in the hallway.
Oh my God.
But where I'd put the thing, it was not anymore.
Oh.
So I'm like, did somebody else take it?
Oh. Poor guy.
I know. I was like $16 wasted on a single pill
That he lost.
that he does not have anymore.
Dang.
That was kind of funny.
That is pretty funny. Yeah, well, this week did a few things. Namely, went to Disneyland.
Oh, did you
Oh.
go to that, which was an utter disappointment?
No.
Oh,
What do you mean?
Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, no. We went to Galaxy's Edge. We did go to Galaxy's Edge. But it was not disappointing.
You were the first person I've heard who did not just like leave Galaxy's Edge going like, what the fuck was that?
Why? What?
Really?
What's-
I don't know. Everyone I know that's gone there is just like, that was a waste of my time.
No, we loved it.
I loved it.
Cool.
It was fun.
Good.
People
cool.
I heard who went there really loved it too.
Okay, cool. We talked to different people.
Yeah, well, we went twice this week on Wednesday and Thursday nights, doing different things, pretty much. And there's right now there's the Nightmare Before Christmas, Haunted Mansion Holiday Edition, which is the night before Christmas. I've never been to that.
Oh, really?
Ever? I've never been there, and it was awesome.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
It's so cool.
Yeah, I know Halloween is one of Cheyenne's favorite.
It is Cheyenne's
Yes.
favorite holiday.
What a
holiday and
shock.
seasons. So that yeah.
Yes, the season 2, just in general.
Yeah, but it was. I mean, Disneyland's done up all spooky like
Yes.
in certain areas, not really, but
Yeah.
it was mainly in just New Orleans Square, and it was fucking awesome. Yeah, we haven't been in a few months.
Many moons.
Yes, like 3 moons because our passes were blocked out, but now they're back in fashion, in style.
They're back in season.
Yes, they're back in literally.
Yep.
So that was like a good portion of our time.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It was
Cool.
super fun.
I'm not a big fan of Disneyland.
Really. Yeah, I know our friends, when we first got our passes, they were like, "Oh, we used to have passes, and if you like the more you go, like you get tired of it after a few times." And we're like,
No.
we've been like how many times this year?
A lot.
Yeah. And we're like, "Nope, it's still fun."
Yeah. There was a time where we were going every Friday.
Yeah,
night.
every week.
Yeah.
For like 3 or 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
I could not do
It was
that.
great.
Yeah.
No.
See, but we only, it might be because we only go when it's not that busy.
Yeah, we like got there like 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah. And we only go for a couple hours at a time.
Yeah, like 4 hours.
I mean, I get the strategy. I just am not a big fan of
Yeah.
Disneyland.
I love Disneyland.
Yeah, but Galaxy's Edge was super cool because
was.
everything was like really atmospheric.
Mhm.
And I was having this conversation with Cheyenne while we were there the second day, because we went to Tomorrowland and we got on
Star Tours.
not Star Tours, the
Oh,
other
the
one.
one
Well, actually,
before
yeah,
that?
Star Tours, and which led me to think of this. And then we went to Hyperspace Mountain
Mhm.
after.
Oh, Hyperspace Mountain's back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. See, it's back.
Yeah. Okay.
It definitely went away for a bit.
I
Yeah.
just wasn't.
She never
on
knew it was there in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't go to Disneyland when that was a
Yeah.
thing.
Gotcha.
But that was the thing. Like after getting off Star Tours and going through Tomorrowland to get to Hyperspace Mountain, I had like the realization just after having been to Galaxy's Edge the previous day, because we didn't actually go the second day, but there is like this feeling, and it's like the atmosphere that comes with Tomorrowland versus Galaxy's Edge.
Mhm.
And Tomorrowland is that really like 50s idea of the future.
Mhm.
And
They like steer into that. To be
yeah,
fair.
they really steer into that. But there was a few years ago, the Star Wars Celebration. I think it was like 2016, 2015 or something like that. That's when Hyperspace Mountain was first there. I believe that's when it was. And they leaned into the Star Wars aspect and like made everything Star Wars themed in Tomorrowland, and had like Empire and Rebel Alliance banners everywhere and stuff like that, and like a lot of Star Wars stuff. And I mean, that made it kind of feel Star Warsy, except for the fact that it was still Tomorrowland and like it was themed very 50s future.
Yeah.
And especially on Space Mountain, because on the outside, like for Hyperspace Mountain, they don't change anything, except for like the clip that plays once you get like all the way through the queue. But it's really antiquated, I feel. Like, I mean, yeah, they steer into it, but is it worth it anymore? Because like it's just the feeling is weird. It's like really retro, and I mean like that has some merit, but there are so many different iterations of like the future, like that we have visualized through decades. And Star Wars is really its own type of like science fiction, futuristic, even though it's past if you think about it.
It's a long time ago, man.
Yeah. And because having gone through Galaxy's Edge, it was really Star Wars, and had a totally different feel than Tomorrowland, and was like, because some people might not think that like a whole Star Wars land is warranted, having like there being a Tomorrowland, but it is totally different. And just like because it's like an outpost. I think it's called Black Spire Outpost.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's like the in-universe name on the planet Batu. That's what, like, on the Galaxy's Edge, and it really feels like it's on the Galaxy's Edge. Like it's, I mean, we went at night, to be fair, so it was like dark, and it felt like
Just a wretched,
kind of like that. Because there's
wretched hive of scum and villainy.
a bit, yeah. Because there was there's like an outdoor market place that you can walk through, and they have like stores on either side, but it's like stalls, like as if it would be like in a kind of like a street market, and that was like super cool to have that atmosphere, and it was really its own thing. And while we were going through the line in Tomorrowland on Hyperspace Mountain, I was thinking of like different versions of the future and like what my like kind of favorites are. And I was thinking of like that Blade Runner future that's more gritty and like
okay.
totally
I just
off.
love how you're just like, man, that 50s version of the future is so antiquated.
Yeah, no, but
you know what I love?
It's like different.
Blade Runner, where like we still use CRT monitors.
Exactly, like it's really analog feeling, but it's like a different type of. It's a different.
I
vision
pointed
feature.
that out too.
Yeah, she did.
So what I came to the conclusion of is that he just has a preference for what
Yes.
kind of
Yes.
future he
Yeah.
likes to see,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Tomorrowland is not
that
it.
at all.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it's like a no.
Yeah.
it is. That is like it's dated, but it's like a different. It's a
I
different
mean,
idea.
They're
Like,
all dated.
Yeah, that's the thing.
We don't have hoverboards, man,
Yeah.
like we were supposed to.
I mean, like a big thing in like I think I read like one of the biggest differences between like real life and the Blade Runner future is that like there is no microchip.
Right, and if you think, I mean, Blade Runner Future is next month,
That's true.
or is it November?
No, wait, no, it's already come and gone.
September. Wait, what? Well, because the first Blade Runner takes place in like November 2019, I think.
I thought it was November 2017.
No, 2019.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're in the year of the Blade Runner.
The year
Yeah.
of the Blade Runner.
Exactly.
That sounds so cool. Whatever. So
But I mean,
it's fun living through all of the years that old movies had as their far distant future. Like
Wait.
again, this means nothing to you, but I remember 2015 for Back to the Future Part 2.
right.
And I was just like, yeah, where are my fucking flying cars, man?
Exactly.
Where are my self-drying clothes? Where are my hoverboards?
That's good.
Where are my like Jaws 37s that are coming out to like eat me when you try and stand in front of the movie theater? Where is all of this shit?
Well, what would your favorite like idea or like envisionment of the future be? Like, I mean, obviously, I guess mine would be the Blade Runner Fifth Element.
That's really
type.
where you want to be.
I mean, not really where I want to be, but like that's the cool idea of like.
Okay, if
Future.
if I'm going to lean into a future, I'm going to lean into the Fallout future, but not
Whoa, okay.
but not after the bombs drop.
Pre-bomb, like
Oh.
atomic
Yeah,
energy, and yeah, like
And, like,
pre
retro-
2077.
but yeah, like retro, like 60s style back and all
That
this
actually,
stuff.
no, that is a great.
I know.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
Can you fact check that the Great War was 2077 in Fallout? I believe it was, and that's when the bombs dropped. That's when everything went to shit. Before that, everything looked on the up.
Yep, yeah, on the real up and up.
Yep. Besides the threat of nuclear war,
You know,
nuclear
whatever.
annihilation. Yeah. I mean, that because I think the only
Cheyenne is having some difficulties
Struggling
finding
with
Sorry,
this.
it was taking a long time to load.
New laptops.
that's just the internet.
I know.
But the only a glimpse I believe that we get into the pre-war Fallout universe is Fallout 4.
Yeah, right at the
like, right at the
beginning.
beginning. And
I mean, you
that
get a lot
was-
of glimpses, to be
Yeah.
fair, throughout the series. But yeah,
That's like we just play through it, and it's pretty cool. I mean, there's not. It's kind of like a mixture, right? And that's kind of like how we live today.
yeah,
When you think about it, there's like compared to say the 50s, if they saw what we were capable of today, like that would be the future. Like
I mean,
we have so many things
yes.
that are,
Yeah.
and it's the fact that like
it's 'cause it's
a
like
lot
the
of our
future.
vision.
We
No,
are the
you know what I
future.
mean. Like, there's a lot of things that that we have today that we don't realize are like really crazy to people in the past.
Yeah.
Because when we have an idea,
No, we do.
I
Well-
I understand it's crazy.
well, I mean, not everybody, maybe,
Okay.
but the fact that like in visions of the future, a lot of the times, it's like if you think of Jetson's future, like everything is
Awesome.
like the buildings are all different, landscapes are different, and things like that. And that's kind of how we picture future type things.
But in reality, the future is just us.
It's integrated
Yeah.
into our everyday lives, which is why we might not notice it as much. Whereas, I mean, in the Blade Runner series, to be specific, like when you think of LA in 2019, Blade Runner, like everything, like there's like flying cars and things like in like verticality. There's a lot of verticality, but when you go down to the street level, it's kind of the same because it's like that's that old world, right? And that's what we are right now, and that's kind of why I like it. I guess because it's the integration of like what the old, and then you see like what's new. But that's like kind of how we're living right now.
Yep. And with that,
I don't know how I got on this.
we should move on. Oh,
Yeah.
do we have the answer?
Yeah, I was waiting for Chase to stop. So when
It's always
did
a
you?
long wait.
2077.
Yeah, so it's October 23rd, 2077.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I know my Fallout.
Yes, you do.
Cool.
I have a Vault Boy hanging from my rear window
Yep.
in my car. It's actually a
Air freshener.
an air freshener, but I mean it never really worked. I mean I never really smelled it, but
I'm gonna
just have
get
it
you
for
a
looks.
Pip Boy one of these days.
Oh,
Actual size, hulking monstrosity of a thing. I remember when you could get those for Fallout 4, and you would
Yeah.
just put your phone in
phone
there
in
and do
there?
the app.
Mhm.
I'm like, that's so ridiculous.
cool.
Yep, those are two different opinions about that. All right. So Cheyenne, what have you been up to this week?
I think she was at Disneyland.
Yeah, I
Oh.
went to Disneyland too.
Oh, wow, what a
It
coincidence.
was great. Got little what do you call them?
Oh yeah,
Sodas?
the thermal
Tchotchkes.
detonator. No, thermal detonator sodas.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
not allowed to go on airplanes.
those are so cool. Like they have
They
Coke and
are.
Sprite and Diet Coke, and they're basically they're bottles in the shape of thermal detonators.
Nice.
They're super cool.
Yeah. Well, other than that, I found out I'm allergic to certain types of antibiotics. It's great.
Yeah, her bad luck streak continues.
Yeah, it's
What
still
the
it's still
hell?
if you notice, you can see the spots on
Yeah.
her arms.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I had a really bad allergic reaction once I was already done taking it. Like exactly 24 hours from my last dosage is when my skin started breaking out into, like, they're not quite hives, but it's not a rash because it's not itchy. My skin is just really blotchy
Yeah.
and red just all over. And my face is even getting red now
Yeah.
too. I'm so sad.
That is sad.
First
That's very
I was
unfortunate.
sick, and then I had an ear infection, and now I have an allergy to antibiotics.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
It hasn't stopped yet.
Man,
Yeah,
That's just some bad luck.
It
it's a
is.
bummer.
I told you when my luck is bad, it just keeps going.
Bad luck for her comes in fives. No. There's still one
it's,
left.
It's more than 5, I think.
No, I mean if we break it down just by individual things,
Maybe it's.
you're
yeah.
at it's the laptop, then the sickness, to the ear infection, to the skin.
Oh, this is 5.
Oh.
This would be 5.
What
The
did I
first one
miss?
was my car.
That's right. So there you go. You're good. It's over.
We hope.
Oh man.
Bad luck comes in fives. Ignore that most people say it comes in threes.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
Fives. All right.
Well, I mean, I have some news from this week.
Ooh, news. It's actually been a
Ooh.
while since we've had just like a news focused episode.
Yeah. Today on breaking news. Even though it's not breaking.
Today on the ZymCast, which is actually going to be a couple days from now. So it's
Yes.
old news. News.
And the fact that this actually comes from August.
Okay.
We're so good at news, guys.
Yeah. Rascal Does Not Dream of a Dreaming Girl.
Yay!
Yeah. We've talked about this in the
Yay.
past.
multiple times.
Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai is an anime. Or was an anime.
I mean, it still exists.
Yes, but it's done running. That basically is not about a girl in a bunny suit.
I mean,
I mean, it has a girl in a bunny suit, but it's not topically about that necessarily.
at all. That is what we like to call clickbait.
Yes. If you see this on Crunchyroll or Verve, I mean, Verve is Crunchyroll, so Crunchyroll or wherever you watch anime, you might see a depiction of a girl in a bunny suit and click it because it's clickbait.
Or
It's a-
not click it
Yeah, or not click it
because
because it's
you're
clickbait.
like, no.
It's a really good show.
We promise you this is not what you'll think it is.
Yeah.
And the less you know going into it, I'd say the better.
Yes. It is very thematically different than what you would expect.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, end of episode 3. I'm just sitting there, all my emotions.
Yeah, but so that finished airing I don't even know when, like a few.
It's been a little while. Yeah, it's been like half a year
at least. And
I think it was a spring show.
I believe so, spring 2019, I believe. But for Anime Expo in June, July, it was just 4th of July.
At some point.
Yeah, it was
July.
It was when we took our trip to Boston, so yeah, it was July. And so they had at Anime Expo, they premiered a movie based on this show, based on the manga. I don't want to say manga.
It's a light novel, actually.
No, it is a light novel. That's right. And that basically broke Anime Expo.
Yep.
Yeah, there was a really long line that people were confusing for the line to get in, and that led to a whole ordeal. But that was really the only time I believe anyone was able to watch it.
Out west.
Yeah, and
it was in theaters in Japan where it like broke some records,
but not here.
Not here.
Not here until now.
Hey!
Because coming October 2nd and 3rd to select theaters throughout the nation is Rascal Does Not Dream of a Dreaming Girl, which is the movie.
Yep.
Yes. And I believe it's in Canada from like the October 4th to 5th. And super hyped for that.
Unbelievably hyped for that.
Yeah, it's a really good show. And the fact that I saw this yesterday, I saw a trailer that was basically announcing that it was going to be on sale. And then I go and look at the participating theaters to see how many seats were available in theaters around our location, of which there are surprisingly few.
Not many.
Yeah, they're like pretty.
They like avoided where we live.
Yeah,
entirely.
it's like it's around us,
but not
like,
near us.
Yeah, like 20 miles in every direction.
It's not like we live in, like buttfuck nowhere. Like
yeah, we live in Los Angeles. Well, yeah.
We live near Los Angeles, to be fair.
To be fair, it is the city of Los Angeles.
It's the... We don't live in the city
I live in the city of Los Angeles, sorry.
I don't.
But, yeah, it's like they avoided us.
Those jerks.
Yeah.
Still, we're going to get tickets and see it. We're just going to have to take a little drive.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we might need to take another little drive later this week. I'm going to talk to you after this is done.
Yes, okay. But... What was I going to say about Rascal Does Not Dream of a Dream?
Watch it if you can. October 2nd and 3rd. You still have an opportunity to buy tickets. There just probably won't be very many great seats left.
Yeah. Yeah, the fact that that's right. I saw which theaters were available and looked at seats and I'm like, oh shit, a lot of these are already sold out, or at least almost sold out.
Yeah,
and then I was like,
seating.
yeah, and then I was like, wait a second, when did these tickets go on sale? How are they already like this sold? And then I realized it was August 31st.
So we've
Yesterday
wasted
was
like 3 weeks.
September 14th. 2 weeks exactly. And that was an oversight.
I mean, I missed it too.
Yeah. But we'll see regardless.
Yeah, we're definitely going to catch that.
Mm-hmm. Well, in other news. Other news.
I'll smack him later, guys. Don't worry.
We got another announcement. This time from James Gunn.
Hey, everyone's favorite.
That's what I was going to say too. I was literally about to say everyone's favorite. I didn't know what I was going to say, but it's everyone's favorite.
Everyone's favorite James Gunn. James Gunn.
Yeah. So, I mean, you might have heard of a little movie called Suicide Squad. And then you might have heard of another little movie called The Suicide Squad.
Is the sequel going to be called The Suicide Squads?
Well, I mean, to be fair, the sequel, or actually, I guess it's a reboot, not a sequel. So, actually, yes.
No, it's not a reboot.
Or I don't know. That's the thing. Like,
because some of the cast members are the same.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. That's actually what I wanted to talk about, is that we got the cast revealed for The Suicide Squad, which is the next one. Yeah.
I'm glad we both went the same way with that.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is that, wasn't it said that it was going to be a different, not like a same continuity?
We don't know what this is.
Yeah, like, which is super confusing because amongst the stars of The Suicide Squad are Margot Robbie and Viola Davis, namely.
Hey.
Jai Courtney's
Yeah,
there?
Jai Courtney's there. You jerk.
Oh, yep, there we go.
Yeah,
Jai Courtney.
He's Boomerang, right?
Yeah, he's...
Boomerang.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, that is my favorite role that Jai Courtney's ever done.
And he was there for like 10 minutes. No.
He was in the movie a lot more than that.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he's from beginning to end. You just don't see him that much.
Yeah, I mean, the man is just, hiding from trouble. He's
With
got his little unicorn.
Yeah.
I still do, though, wish with all of my heart. The best ending for his character in that movie should have been, there's that scene where they're at the bar, And then Flag's just like, if any of you want to leave, just go. And he grabs the drinks and he leaves. I wish we'd never seen him again and he never came back for the final battle. That would have been amazing.
Yeah, that would have been funny.
But no, he just came back for no reason because that's not his character at all. The others you kind of understood.
There's a lot about that movie.
There's a lot of problems.
Yeah.
But I just thought that would have been hilarious if he was just literally never seen again.
Yeah.
That's the last time you saw Captain Boomerang.
That's the thing. Like, there are at least these 3 people that are back reprising their roles.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, and Joel Kinnaman.
Yeah, Joel Kinnaman.
As Rick Flag.
Yep.
These 4 people that are returning from Suicide Squad to being the Suicide Squad.
So it's clearly not like a reboot.
I mean, if it just they could retcon the entire movie of the last.
I feel like this is going
and just refill the roles.
No, because supposedly they're not recasting anybody.
And if you pay attention,
Just getting rid of characters, right?
This list does not have Jared Leto.
No, he's not in the movie. We knew that.
Yeah.
Well, okay, no, to be fair, I guess technically there are some rumored recastings, but nobody's been officially confirmed.
Right. And on this list, people of note, besides the ones we know, besides Viola Davis, Jai Courtney, Margot Robbie, and Joel Kinnaman, would be John Cena.
Wait, I don't see his name on there.
Yeah, John Cena.
No, I don't see him.
You can't see. That was dumb.
You're laughing.
That was stupid. Sorry, John Cena, Nathan Fillion.
Yeah,
I just saw that name for the first time.
Sean Gunn loves Nathan Fillion.
That's
Sean
interesting.
Gunn?
Well, there's Sean Gunn.
Well, Sean Gunn is
I
there.
meant James Gunn, but I was looking at Sean Gunn's name.
Sean Gunn's also there, who I do
Yeah,
not know.
He's from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, he's his brother, and he's
Right. Okay.
But also, most importantly, Gilmore Girls.
I didn't watch
Okay.
Gilmore Girls.
Taika Waititi.
Yep.
Which is amazing. Peter
amazing.
Capaldi. Interesting.
Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
That's okay. That was the name I was gonna say for last because that was the confusing one.
He's not the big name
Pete
though.
Davidson.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's-
What?
Oh.
Who are you thinking of?
Okay, there's the big one near
big
the
name.
bottom.
The biggest. He's like
The third from the bottom.
the biggest.
Idris Elba.
There
oh my
you
god!
go.
I thought. Okay, never mind. I thought we were
Yes.
building to it, but cool.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to say it yet.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was waiting.
But yeah, Idris Elba, who we've known as a member of the cast for like 3 months now.
Yes.
But the
Yes.
rumor was for the longest time that he was
He was replacing
Will Smith as
Yeah.
Deadshot, but
I don't
apparently
think
that
he's-
is not true.
yeah.
No,
he's not.
apparently he's gonna be playing a superhuman guy who is I don't know Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, I'm just shaking my head and shaming you. I knew where you were going with that. But also Peter Capaldi of Doctor Who fame.
Well, I mean, now, yeah.
Yes, now, but I mean that's where most people are going to probably know him from over other stuff. Even though yes, he's been doing
Wait,
a lot of
what?
stuff.
Yeah.
And then also
I didn't see that yesterday.
Michael Rooker.
I don't know who that is.
Yes, you
I
do.
mean, I don't know the name. Sorry.
You definitely know who that is, and it's no shock he's in the movie. It's Yondu.
Oh, actually, well, I forgot I was down to you. I was gonna go for Dixon. What's his name? Daryl's brother.
Merle.
Merle Dixon. Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
what I was gonna go for. I totally forgot that he was also Yondu. I don't know why.
He's great
Well,
as
actually, no, because I
Yondu.
saw his picture and I'm like, hey, it's Merle Dixon. I'm like, oh wait, he's not blue.
He's not blue.
But yeah, then we got a lot of other people whose names I don't think we recognize,
Yeah.
but who might be big deals to some people.
He
But
may have been your father,
Flula.
but he weren't your daddy. Who?
Flula?
Flula.
Oh god,
Flula
Flula's
Borg?
in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know these names.
I missed that.
I missed. I was like, where has he been the last couple years?
Hiding.
Yeah.
It's
Since
Flula.
Pitch Perfect too.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, was he the German guy?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Flula.
It's
I don't
Flula.
know.
He's a YouTuber.
I don't know.
Oh,
He's also in Ralph Breaks the Internet.
yeah. It's a voice. I don't know. It's not the same. He was doing a lot of like random cameos for a while.
So there you
It's
go.
great.
I mean, other names are David Dastmalchian.
Yeah, just good luck with that one.
There's
Joaquin Incasio.
Storm Reed.
Storm Reed.
Yeah,
I
She's
don't.
Storm
been in a
Reed.
couple of movies lately.
You'd probably have seen her in something.
Yeah.
Mailing, no. I'm guessing. I mean,
Yeah, you
Filipino.
Uh,
Oh, Chinese Singaporean. I was totally wrong. I always read these names as Filipino.
wait, what?
NG.
That's not a Filipino name. Mm-mm.
I've known Filipinos with that name.
Really?
Yes.
I've never
So,
known. I would never have thought she's
Oh, so-
Filipino.
Yeah. There's
She's not.
John
so.
Diego Boto.
You're just gonna look up all the people we don't know.
I'm just naming people. Alice Braga, Steve Iggy,
Steve.
Tanashi.
Gee.
Tanashi. Oh gosh, I'm butchering names.
Then why are you
Daniela
doing this? You didn't need
Melchior,
to.
Julio Ruiz,
Yeah.
Jennifer Holland.
Did you say
Those names.
Daniela Melchior? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Melchior?
Yeah, sure.
That's not how you
That's
said it
not how I
either.
said it, but that's probably what it is. That
Yeah.
makes more sense.
She's supposed to be a big deal too, just not in America.
Okay,
She's
that's
a
cool.
big name actress in, I think, Puerto Rico.
Puerto
I think.
Rico.
She's big in soap operas.
Cool.
I don't
Yeah.
see a nation.
Does it really matter?
We're all just part of the human race.
Wow. Is he
Nope.
really looking
It's
this up?
just your internet's not going. Okay, so we're gonna skip over that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because why does it matter?
It doesn't matter to us. I'm just saying. Out of everyone there, she's a big name in soap operas. But other than that, we don't need to go through the list anymore.
Nope. Well, I mean that's interesting. That will be fun. So we have some of these people are cast as Polka Dot Man, Ratcatcher, John Cena's Peacemaker.
He's Peacemaker?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think the rest are just speculation.
Yeah, it's a lot of speculation right now.
Yeah. I saw a thing about his casting and how disposable these people are. Except for the original, 4.
James Gunn?
His casting.
Well,
they were
I mean, he
saying
did tweet
very-
saying don't get attached. Don't get too
he
attached.
said don't get too attached, and everyone's like, oh, is it going to be, everyone's going to die?
I mean,
Like, okay.
Well,
It
I
makes sense.
mean,
That's
yeah,
the
it's
name. It's in the name.
The whole point is that all of these people are disposable, so he should treat them as disposable.
Yeah, that was the thing about the last movie where I was like, oh, so.
2 of them didn't make it.
Yeah. Well,
One was as a one-off joke, and one was a
Yeah.
heroic sacrifice.
exactly. I was like, oh, I expected more of you to
Who's the
die.
sacrifice?
El Diablo.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Wow.
That's how they won in the end.
I forgot.
El Diablo, literally the only character in that movie with a character arc.
That's true.
He was great, and then all of a sudden he's gone. I was like, oh no, he
He just turned into the giant fire demon thing. It was kind of cool, and then he, exploded himself to kill
Yeah.
Incubus.
The best thing that he did, the real notable thing he did the whole movie, and then he just died. It's kind of sad. Because other than that, he's like, nope, I don't kill, I don't fight, I don't do that stuff anymore.
I've forgotten a lot of this movie.
That's fair. It's not good.
Watch the trailer.
That's true. It's
That's
most
all
of
you
the
need.
movie.
Oh, it's sad how true that is, though.
I know. All right, you have more news here, Chase?
I have at least one more point of news that actually took place yesterday.
Yep.
I had heard about it 2 days ago.
It's about damn time.
MoviePass, the subscription-based service that was totally, what's the word?
Doomed?
Yeah, I was thinking not able to
Unsustainable?
Unsustainable.
There we go.
That is the word. Totally unsustainable business model.
I remember MoviePass was like $45 a month, and it totally made sense. MoviePass was a thing for a long time before they dropped those prices down to like $9.
Before they committed corporate suicide.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I guess we don't need to make money.
So supposedly the reason that MoviePass did what they did was that their real plan was just to get as many people to subscribe as possible and then sell those people's data, like information that you would have willingly accepted that was theirs when they went. But then nobody wanted to buy it. They're like, no, screw you. Because mostly they were trying to sell it to like movie theaters and stuff because like, oh, these are people who like movies.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, you want to buy it? Like, no, you're pissing us off.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like
Very
you're
true.
taking our revenue.
Yeah. Well, not really. Basically, the way it worked was that people would pay MoviePass, and then MoviePass would buy people's tickets.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that was totally unsustainable because it was
Like,
they were
literally, your
losing
monthly
money. They were
fee,
hemorrhaging.
your monthly fee was less than a ticket, and you could get a movie a day for a month.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. But then we got all those fun stories, like how they were, how employees of MoviePass were told to go in and change people's passwords to keep them from being able to log into their accounts.
Oh my god!
And oh no, there's some really bad shit that went down. Like there's going to be like class action lawsuits and stuff about this. 100%. See, it's right there.
Yeah, at lowest, members could watch films in theaters for
$7
$7 a month. That's
jeez.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I know to combat this, like chains like AMC, Cinemark, and Alamo Drafthouse
They set
have
up
their
their
own ones. I think
monthly-
Regal is also coming out with one. If they
I think
haven't
you
yet.
need to at this point.
Yeah.
To be fair, those are all really good deals
Mm-hmm.
because they're also reasonable, and because it's the movie theater doing it, they can just recoup their losses on like concessions or whatever.
Yeah. Which makes a lot of sense that the theater would do it in-house and
Yes.
through their company. Yeah, because they're the ones there.
And if I remember right, like Alamo Drafthouse was planning it like before even like MoviePass dropped the price and stuff. And then like everybody else started jumping on board.
Yeah.
All the other major chains.
Yeah, Alamo Drafthouse just opened up a location in LA.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I've always kind of wanted to go to one.
I do want to. But yeah, so that MoviePass rip shut down their service. Or we didn't actually say the actual.
Oh yeah,
news.
they're gone.
They shut down the service yesterday, September 14th, 2019.
They had announced it on the 13th.
Yeah, they announced it the day before, which is when I read it. But they said that like they didn't word it that they would be going out of business. They just said like they needed to kind of like
they're like looking for like somebody else to like front basically they're looking to be bought by
they're
somebody.
suspending operations until they can recuperate costs.
Yeah, or
which they will never be able to do.
No. It's pure madness. Literally, I guarantee their hope is that somebody's just going to buy. They're just hoping that somebody will buy it for the data, for like the people's data.
But would it be worth it at that point?
That's the question. But yeah, it's nuts. And I literally, they were gone for so long, I kind of forgot they existed.
Mm-hmm.
And then like occasionally somebody will just show up.
Yeah, someone showed up
at our theater with a MoviePass. I'm like, really?
Yeah, they like were trying to. I think they're trying to refund or something. I'm like,
no.
Good luck with that. You have to go through them because no,
we have nothing to do with that.
No, and they were like getting upset, and I'm like, yeah, don't like. Why would you even have? I specifically, I'm like, it's not worth it. They're a bad company. Like they're not looking out for your interests. And you're going to lose money.
I remember when MoviePass was a big deal, I was just having like The Big Short flashbacks. Did you ever see The Big Short?
No.
Great movie. But like legitimately great movie. But like, do you know anything about the movie?
It's about 2008.
It's about the housing bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just about a bunch of people who just kind of like caught on and made as much money as possible before it all burst.
Yeah.
But it's like, their breakdowns about like how it's like inevitable and so much, and like there's no way this is sustainable and everything's gone to shit. I'm just like, yep. Honestly, they lasted longer than I thought they would. But
yeah, they really did.
But yeah, like I remember them just like running out of money, and then like so I guess would come and like all the cards would get rejected, and then like the next day they're like, we secured more funds, and you're just like, this is a nightmare.
Yeah. And I remember like they had their whole change that like they no longer were allowing like opening movies or like even the biggest movies. They'd be like,
well,
no.
the big one was Mission Impossible Fallout was the beginning of the end. That was when the Fallout started.
Yeah.
Where that was like the first big movie that they're like, you can't buy tickets for that.
And they had surge pricing where they charged for more, I think, during.
But there was no way to know when the surge pricing was going to be, so they would just like arbitrarily have it be functioning all the time, apparently. To try and recoup any losses they could. Oh, it was a mess.
Yeah.
So good try, MoviePass. Glad you're not a part of my life anymore.
Was it a good try? I don't know.
I mean, they tried something.
I mean, their business model attracted a lot of customers,
yes.
But I mean, did not help them in the end.
Nope, it hurt them actually with how popular they were.
Yeah.
Had they been way less popular?
It's like, hey, we're getting a lot of numbers. Numbers are good, right?
No, if you look at these numbers. What's this number? Our bank account.
It's negative.
Rapidly depleting. It's like, we had billions of dollars, right? Nope. Oh, what? Yeah, nope. How many people do we have signed up? Like, I don't know, like not 20 billion? Like 20 million?
20 billion more than people on Earth.
Aliens are coming to watch movies. Like 20 million people? Oh, how often are they seeing movies? Every day. I know a guy who got MoviePass when it was like super cheap, and he saw like a movie every day for like 3 months.
Well, I mean, good on him for making.
And he's like, I'm only doing the monthly fee. This is going to crash soon, but I'm taking advantage of it while I can. For anybody that got the yearly fees, first of all, that was dumb. Second of all, sucks to be you.
How much are they charging for a year?
I think like 70, 80. But still, like...
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's the price of like 4 movies.
Yeah, I know. But the fact is, like, if you just like recently bought a yearly,
Oh
that
my
was-
god.
I looked at their actual website. It said, we're in the process of trying to give you a refund. I'm like, no,
you're not. There's no way. Though to be fair, with how low their prices were,
Well,
that might be way more feasible than continuing.
my friend had it. She had it for a year, but she did it monthly. And she said, this thing is great. I watch at least 3 movies a week. And I was like, oh, good for you. I hate people with MoviePass.
Yeah, those are my least favorite people because they always
Yeah.
got mad at us whenever things
Yeah,
went wrong.
they
Like,
were
no, get
so
mad at the company that you're subscribed to.
Yeah, they felt
like-
so entitled because they're like, I'm going to your movie and your movie's messing up. I'm like,
You're
no,
not
their
paying
app
us.
is
You're
messing.
paying them.
And
They're
how many
paying us.
times I would need to tell people like we have nothing to do
Yeah.
with MoviePass.
that was my
Yeah.
favorite thing though, to tell people.
Yeah, it's like
after a
we-
while because I
and
was like,
they're
you guys
always
are all
like-
piss me off.
Yeah, they're always like, what? I'm
Yeah.
like, nothing.
I'm like, you see this name? This name is MoviePass. You see our name?
not
Not
MoviePass.
Does it say anywhere on here that you need to go here? Also, I think if you read at the bottom, because they would tell me, oh, but this is for your guys' movie. You're supposed to be the one to refund me. That's what it says on our the app or something. And
Yeah.
I would scroll down. It says, for refunds, call this number. I'm like, call that number.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's great when you go on MoviePass.com and they have like a
letter.
notice.
Yeah, there's a letter.
And it's like, please enter your email below if you would like to be notified when service is restored, and we are
It's not
accepting
gonna be
new
restored.
subscribers.
Yeah.
Never.
You know.
That. Oh my god. It's so
And then they just have all the movies playing in theaters that you can't get with our product anymore.
yeah, coming to theaters soon. Artemis Fowl.
An Optimus most foul.
World War 84. I don't know what that is.
WW84. It's
Yeah.
Wonder Woman 84. 1984.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, none of the. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Great job.
Woohoo!
Good try.
All right. Goodbye, MoviePass.
We won't miss
You will
you.
not be missed. We never knew you.
And now it's $19.95 a month.
Yeah, which is better, but still not.
Join wait list.
Yeah.
I feel mean now
Oh, God, I
because some
don't.
people definitely got screwed over, but at this point, it was not honestly people that were not thinking.
Like, if you even think of that, how do you think?
I still feel
that's
bad for 'em, though.
sustainable?
It was also very bad press on MoviePass for a long time
Yeah.
too. So anyone who recently bought into it and paid
It's your
for
own
like
fault.
a year, you had it coming. Like all over the internet, they're always talking about how MoviePass had a failing business model and how you shouldn't subscribe to it, yet people were still going. So
Yeah. Were you just reading about like the Titans?
Oh, there's an article open on the Teen Titans. Oh no, sorry, Titans.
Titans.
The new series. Yeah,
The new
I
season.
wasn't really reading it though.
It's cool.
Did you watch it? Have you watched it?
I have because
Oh.
my dad got DC Universe.
Oh, okay,
It's totally fine.
okay. There. I mean, the article was about how Titans is becoming a totally different show.
It was the review of the second episode of the new season.
Mm.
Because yeah, it's okay. First of all, just really small note here: the season finale for the first season of Titans, it was like really jarring and just ends. And
Okay.
you're just like, oh, okay. The first episode of the second season, it clearly was supposed to be the season finale of the first season
Really?
because it ties up the storyline.
Why would you do that in the first episode of the
I don't
next
know.
season?
Like, and then it just introduces some new things. Like we finally meet Batman, and we finally.
I'm Batman.
No. It's just Ian Glenn desperately trying to sound like an American.
Okay.
Jorah Mormont.
Oh, right. I thought I saw something about that. Him being Batman. That's weird.
Yeah, he just doesn't. It's very clearly a non-American trying to sound American. I was like, interesting choice.
British Batman.
I mean, there's been British Batman. Christian Bale.
Oh, I totally forgot that Christian Bale was British.
It's because he does a really good American
He
accent.
does.
But yeah, in the second, and also like, there's pretty clear when they started shooting the newer stuff too, because some of the characters are clearly older.
Really? Is it like a?
Yes,
What did we talk about last week?
it's
Yeah,
not like
chapter
that. It's
2.
not that bad
Yeah.
because they don't hide it. It's just like, okay, well, Jason Todd is clearly aged a bit since we kept filming, and like Raven also definitely older.
Speaking of DC, did you? I mean, there was in the new comics. Then apparently, Tim Drake is no longer Robin.
He's Drake.
He's Drake. He changed his name.
What a secret identity.
Well, I mean, no, he was Red Robin, right? Because Damian Wayne was now Robin.
Mm-hmm.
So he was then Red Robin.
They're like jumping through time
Drake.
or whatever right now, which is, I guess, why it just doesn't matter that much.
Yeah. That's comic news for today.
Comic news. Da, 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 da.
I love that. But now that makes me think of SpongeBob. He's glaring into my soul. Okay.
Next piece of news.
I think that's all for my news, except for just the fact that Borderlands 3 looks awesome.
Uh-huh.
And I want.
But apparently split screen works terribly.
Apparently. So, I mean, it's sad because it's the PS4 players.
Yep.
And PlayStation 4 is how I'm going to need to play it because all my friends have PlayStation 4s.
Sorry.
Yeah. I was talking to Kyle about this off air, but when I was at E3 this year, I had played Borderlands 3 with the new Xbox Elite Series 2 controller, and that thing feels amazing. It's really responsive and like customizable in its haptic feedback, and it just feels right. And the shooting in this game feels really good, especially with that controller. But I feel like even without that controller, I've heard the shooting is like really tight and really good.
Which is good because the shooting, the shooting in 1 and 2 was a little floaty.
Right. But it felt like really responsive, really tight with that controller specifically. And I was looking forward to playing it with that controller. I mean, that controller doesn't actually come out until November. Is when that is going public. But
with the Xbox One controller in general.
Yeah, at least an Xbox One controller I want to play with. And the fact that literally none of my friends own Xboxes.
I mean, I own an Xbox.
Most of my friends don't have Xbox and not enough to play all together.
Yeah.
So that would warrant buying it for Xbox, so I have to get it for PS4.
Gonna have to suffer with a DualShock 4. God, what a terrible controller.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I was saying that I do prefer Xbox One controllers over DualShock 4s, but DualShock 4s are definitely not the worst.
They're not.
No.
They're no Wii U gamepad.
Oh God, I totally blocked that from my memory.
Control sticks above the buttons.
Super weird.
That's like the worst controller I've ever seen in my entire life. Luckily, my hands were huge. Apparently, they're smaller now.
Mine are not huge, so
my hands are nice and big, so I was able to handle it, but it sucked. It was bad.
Yeah, but for the split screen, PS4 is not doing so well for Borderlands 3.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
They'll fix it, I'm sure, and we're not going to be playing split screen anyway.
No,
so it doesn't matter.
We look forward to playing this too.
Yeah. So we're going to get on that soon.
Yeah,
but
I've never played I have played Borderlands 1, not that much of it, but
I didn't know this.
No, we talked about this before.
Did we?
We have.
And I clearly don't care.
Well, because you were talking about how Borderlands for you as a single player game was not great.
Oh, yeah.
As multiplayer is great.
It's fantastic.
And I've only played it single player for a bit because I was like, this is a fun game, but I don't want to play it really by myself.
Yeah, no, those games, I mean, like all games get better with friends.
Well, that's debatable.
I guess it depends on your friends.
It depends on the game, too. Like, you want to play Witcher 3 multiplayer?
All games that you can play with friends get better.
That's a better...
I'm sorry. I thought that was the unspoken part of my statement. No. All potentially like co-op games are better with friends at your side.
It's like how everything hot is not better cold. Wait, what? I forget my reading.
What the fuck?
No. Sorry, continue.
I don't know what that meant, but cool. It's just I've never played a co-op potential game that's better alone.
Okay.
And so like honestly though, like even really bad games can be totally fun with friends.
Yeah.
Or they'll be bearable.
Yeah.
Hunter the Demon's Forge. Have I told this story in the podcast before? My friend Matt and I, we just like rented this game, I think. This is back during my Gamefly days.
Oh God. I remember Gamefly. I had a few games from Gamefly.
There you go. But one of the games I got was like Hunted the Demon's Forge. And it was like this co-op fantasy game where like one person played as like a sword and shield wielding knight and the other person played as like an archer. And so like they just played fundamentally different, but it was about like working together, playing through the story.
Okay.
And we're like, oh, this sounds really cool. And we were always looking for like couch co-op games to play. Dude, we hated that game, but we beat it.
Was it bearable?
It was, I mean, the game was just way too long, which is a weird statement, but that game should have ended like halfway through it, because like it was like a 12-hour game that should have been 6 hours long. It just kept going. And like there were these moments where like you would just get overwhelmed with enemies, but like there's like always like this, oh, here's this magical like liquid thing that would give you really good powers and be really strong. And we're like, that's a trap. We're like, I'm not falling for that. That's too easy. Something's gonna happen. So we would just suffer through these segments where they would just throw like 50 enemies at us. We're just like, this fucking sucks. And we just die over and over again, but we would eventually power through. So we got to the end, and at the end they're like, drinking that liquid made you evil. And then like characters like, we never did. Good ending. And we're like, we called it. I'm so glad we never have to play this game again.
Fuck this game.
That's Hunted the Demon's Forge.
Speaking of subscription services, GameFly, that's still a thing.
Yeah, I know. Who knew, right?
Yeah.
Just chugging on.
Who needs physical media anymore?
I mean, there are clearly enough people who still use GameFly.
Do they still have like PS2 era games, which would make more sense?
I doubt it.
I mean that would make more sense because those are physical discs.
Can't you like just stream games through GameFly now though, or something like that?
I think so.
They also have movies.
They have 3DS games, Blu-ray, DVD, Xbox One, PS4, PS3.
Yeah, so no old games.
Well, it says and more. PS2, Xbox.
Oh my God, PSP.
Game Boy Advance,
Game Boy
and
Advance
GameCube.
games. Oh shit, never mind.
Wii.
I stand corrected.
That's kind of cool.
That gives this honestly
Actually,
a lot more value.
This actually
we could utilize this.
We could utilize this. I mean, I still have. I think PK Out of the Shadows. Oh my God, they're just talking about this. I
think we might now end up getting getting a subscription just for us for this.
Yeah, if you're confused at my excitement, listen to or watch that last episode of Cuphead. I think it's episode 7.
It's not out yet, is it?
No, episode 7 is not out. Well, no, it won't be. It will be out. No, I think it's episode 8. So the one that comes out tomorrow, as of this when this releases, I believe.
Yeah.
I did. Actually, it's episode. It's actually episode 6. Because that's when I first mentioned it, and then I correct myself in episode 8 that it's actually PK is what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Fact remains. Yeah. Chase has a weird fascination with this Donald Duck game on the PS2.
Yeah, it was such a fun game.
Opinions.
Yeah. I mean, you never played it. You don't know.
That's why I said opinions.
I think I also had the over-the-head
Rogue Galaxy. Game. I have Rogue Galaxy, to be fair. I don't need to rent this, but like Rogue Galaxy, that's a great game. Main character played by Will Friedle.
Okay.
I love Will Friedle.
Okay.
Do you know who Will
No, I
Friedle
don't.
is? Yeah, you do.
I might.
Terry McGinnis. It's Ron Stoppable.
Wait, Terry McGinnis from
Batman Beyond. Yeah,
Ooh,
Ron Stoppable.
Oh.
The older brother in Boy Meets World.
You lost me there.
God damn you.
You don't even know that?
I never watched Boy Meets World. I never liked it.
That's such a good show.
I watched like a few episodes
I
of it. I'm
didn't
like, I don't
finish
like
it.
it.
So
It's a
sad.
great show.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm going to make a real solid detour here. It's going to be like 2 seconds. Boy Meets World is probably one of the greatest coming of age stories of all time.
I would agree.
TV shows.
Okay.
I grew up with that show. But in general, it's really intelligent about how it handles things. Like there's like a very special episode where like they get drunk and get like pulled over on the side of the road for like drunk driving and stuff like that. And they're underage. And the whole point, like at the end when like they're getting their lesson is like legitimately, it's like, look, if you were going to do something stupid, just do it safely. No, but like in a really realistic sense where it's like, look, we get it. You're kids. You're dumb. Like you're going to make mistakes. You should have just stayed here at the house. Mm-hmm. Like that was the real takeaway from that. It's like, look, you're going to make mistakes. Just make the right mistakes.
Right.
Do it the right way.
Exactly. And I'm like, I remember when I was little, I'm like, whoa, what the hell? That's nuts.
Yeah. I didn't appreciate that show until I was older. Because when I was younger, I did not like it at all. But when I was kind of forced to watch it a little later, like a couple of years ago, I was like, wow, this was actually a really smart show.
It's a really insightful show. Like and there are moments where like the parents don't have the right answers. Like people, it felt like it was just real characters, and the story wasn't preaching to you. It was just
Yeah, it's like, hey, watch this thing.
yeah, it
Maybe
was great.
you'll learn something.
I love that show. Man, it's so good.
Yeah, I went
Great.
back to watch it because they came out with Girl Meets World. It's not as good.
No, it's not. But again, Girl Meets World slowly was just taken over to become just a Boy Meets World sequel straight up. Where it's
it
like
was weird.
it's just all the old characters just started showing up all the time.
They're like, remember when this was supposed to be just like a cool thing? It's like,
oh
here
yeah,
you go, take all of them.
And then like yeah, you would have occasional like cameos from like some of the old cast members, like oh my gosh, it's Sean, and then like and then just like Sean shows up like every episode of the last season.
It's like, this is no longer just a fun thing.
It's not a cameo anymore. Like Eric's running for governor, and you're just like that idiot. Good times.
Oh.
Just looking through all these old
Yeah,
games.
Kyle, we might have to get Gamefly.
I think
they
we
have,
do.
They have Bionicle Heroes.
I've never played that, but
Yeah. You ever had Bionicles?
I mean, I know of Bionicles.
I used to be so into Bionicles.
Oh no! Are we just gonna have a series all about GameFly, old GameFly games?
No.
Just like play them like.
Oh.
Oh no, this could be bad.
This is
Oh my god,
nostalgic.
Metal Arms glitch in the system. I remember that game.
Oh my god, there's so many games. Well, speaking of games, what games did you play this week?
Okay, so yeah, I guess we're gonna probably close out this podcast with my quick little talk about.
Yeah.
I've been playing Greedfall.
Greedfall, that is a game that I was aware of before. Actually, I'm the one that put it on to you, didn't I?
Well, yeah, you played the trailer right before we recorded
Yeah.
whatever podcast, however long ago this was. But no, yeah, Greedfall, made by Spiders. They've made games.
I was going to do a thing and then I forgot what it was.
This is
What
easily
about Spiders?
Spiders'
about
best game.
spiders.
Yeah.
Like this is easily their best game, bar none. So basically, it's like a colonial-ish action RPG.
Right.
The game very much plays like a. I mean, it feels like they made this game because they're like, you know what sucks now? BioWare. So you know what hole there is to fill? BioWare-esque RPGs.
Okay, that makes sense. That's kind of what I got from that too.
Yeah, it very much feels like it because it's not open world, but it's like, okay, so I mean, I guess in a weird way, technically it's open world. It just doesn't have one continuous map. It functions like BioWare games insofar as like it's a bunch of small contained maps that you like travel between.
Okay, like
But-
Kingdom Hearts is what I think of. When
I mean, kind of, but it's like it's more just like okay, here's a quest. It's just gonna have to take you through like all these different areas or whatever. But so like it's like The Witcher, except if every time you traveled somewhere in The Witcher, there was loading screens.
that's annoying.
Yeah, a little bit, but they're pretty quick. But in general, the game is actually pretty good. It's a little janky. It's clearly, it's clearly not made by a team of 100 people. It's clearly made by a team of like 30 people.
Okay.
It's very much like a AA game, which really doesn't exist much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, because yeah, we kind of live in a world now where like you either have indie games and you have like AAA games,
Right.
and like anything in between is just rare. This is definitely somewhere in between. But I really
But
do.
it's not made by Rare.
Shut up. There's just something about it that just kind of scratches an itch that I feel like Dragon Age kind of was like the last game that kind of scratched this itch, like Dragon Age Inquisition. Like I like the mystery of the game. There's definitely like just intrigue about like what's going on, what happened in the past.
Okay, that's interesting.
And you play as essentially a diplomat trying to like broker peace. So like there are three major nations and the natives of the island. So like these three major nations have basically all set up shop on the island, and you are basically the legate of a nation of like a nation of merchants.
Wait, you're a legate? That's dope.
So, but yeah, it's basically your job to just be like lead diplomat. But you, both of the nations that are also on the island, you are allies with, but they hate each other. They're at war with each other.
Okay.
And
Wow, I'm surprised that they would ally themselves with someone.
it's
who's
a
allied with
really
their enemy.
tenuous. It's a really tenuous relationship, but
Yeah.
like the conglomerate of merchants is like really powerful, and so they kind of need it.
Okay.
But it's very much like this tenuous relationship that you're like walking the tightrope on, plus like the relationship with the natives, and like their different relationships with all the different factions, and it's just and just like how you weave your way between like all of these people is really interesting. And basically the way the game is set up, where you have party members who essentially are representatives, like all of your companions are representatives of like different groups.
Okay.
So like you have like Siora, who's like a party member for the natives, and you have like a character who like represents the Bridge Alliance. You have characters that represent. I mean, and you just basically, and it's really interesting bringing which characters you bring with you,
Right.
because you can select up to 2 party members to take with you. They interject themselves into the story, and
that's cool.
It is.
I see that. I really like that.
It is, but like I'm going like right now where I'm in the game, I'm not super far in it. I haven't been able to.
How many hours would you say you've played?
Maybe like 8.
Okay.
I mean, so I've gotten I've got a pretty good experience of the game, but I'm going to meet with the leader of the Bridge Alliance, except Siora, who's one of my favorite party members so far. Like, I'm not going to take her with me because without risking like story spoilers, the Bridge Alliance just did something not so great to the natives, and I know that if I bring Siora in there, she will probably fly off the handle.
Okay.
She even warns me as such. She's like, if you're going, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I'm like, well, I'm not taking you. But I find that interesting because, yeah, the characters will interject themselves into the plot. They will do opinions, and apparently they'll like force you into like certain options or like risk. You can lose party members permanently, and there aren't very many of them based on the choices you make.
Right.
And so I'm like, I like this. This is cool.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
And yeah, and it's a little janky. The battle system's fine. Like it's totally serviceable. There's what I do like though is essentially you get skill points. You get 3 different types of skill points. There's like a giant skill tree that just gives you like passive buffs to fighting. There is another like smaller tree that is built all around like your general stats. But there are like 5 levels for each of the 6 stats, and those dictate not just like your stats, but also what equipment you can use. And so those are important. You get those every couple levels. And then there's another one, which is basically a bunch of different stats that are related entirely to solving social situations or like other sort of stuff. So like there's charisma or intuition or like even like crafting or science. Like the kind of stuff that you're like, oh, I can put bombs to like destroy walls, or like, oh, I can lockpick, or oh, but they're separate from your other stats. So you're not like sacrificing your fighting ability to also do. It's just how do you want to focus on solving things
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. And I like it. Just generally, it's a cool game. It definitely, you can tell it's made on a budget, but I don't think it gets in the way, especially if you have the right expectations. The game is also $50, so it's not quite a full price $60 game. I'd say it's worth it. I'm having a good time, and I just can't wait to see where it goes.
Okay, that's great. I mean, that is what I kind of hoped for that game. I didn't really expect it to be like a really successful AAA title.
Yeah.
So that sounds like just about where I probably envisioned it would be.
Yeah, like I said in our Slack, like when I saw that it was like getting like 7.5s and 8s, I'm like, wow, that's about as good as I was expecting this game to possibly be. So awesome.
Yeah. So I mean that's good. Pick it up or do you recommend that people? You said it's worth it, so yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely worth. If you enjoy those kinds of games, like older, like not like super old BioWare, but like that. Like PS2, Xbox to Xbox 360-ish era of BioWare. Like, this is that. This is definitely hearkening to that. And so, yeah. Also, if you like the idea of, like, a fantasy-esque age of exploration sort of time period where it's like you're going to colonize, like, this new place. Or you like diplomacy. Like, there's a lot of different things that this can feed you.
That sounds cool.
It is. So, yeah. I recommend it. So, yeah. I mean... So, yeah. For that, I think that wraps it all up today.
Yeah. Well, thank you for listening. As we will eventually probably be getting GameFly and playing PS2 games.
I mean, we were always kind of planning on playing older games.
But now is an easier way of getting them.
Now it's a thing.
And it's like you can buy these games for like $4 or you can rent them.
Oh, man, I didn't even think about buying them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And
that's really cheap for buying.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know how much the subscription is, but it's a free trial. So
we should check how much the subscription is because also we would probably want the one where it's like 2 discs so that we could be alternating. Yeah. So we could always make sure we have like one to record each week or something like that. I don't know.
We'll figure that out.
We will. But GameFly.
Thank you for pledging to watch us.
Also, I feel like we should just mention this here, even though we might mention it. So coming soon, you will see my mounting frustration with Cuphead. So soon that shall be ending.
He effectively rage quit.
I mean, rage quit is slightly extreme. It was more anger quit. I was not furious. I was just done.
Yes, but luckily we already had plans on what we were going to replace it with, and you will see that probably coming up on the 26th of September, I believe, is probably when you'll see that.
The first episode? Yeah.
First episode of what we will be playing next. And it's, we'll see.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's very spooky.
I mean, we've talked about what the game is.
Spoopy.
We've talked about what we were going to play, I think. But the fact is, I'm definitely looking forward to this.
I believe you have.
And Chase is going to be, quite the scaredy cat.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be real fun.
I didn't see this game.
I think we might record it like right after.
Yeah,
this.
we might do it right now. Oh. But the like before it was released, I thought it was gonna be spooky, and then when it was released, and I heard people talking about it.
Yeah, to be fair, I've played the first 30 minutes of this game.
Yeah.
Just to kind of get an idea for it and learn the controls. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
Oh god. Okay.
It's got the cutest dog ever.
Oh no.
Right?
No.
That's my fear too. But you have your dog companion the whole game, apparently.
Okay. Well,
he's key mechanics.
All right. Well, we'll see you or you'll hear us next time. Like and subscribe and go check out our gameplays.
Yep. As of right now, we're still playing Call of Cthulhu and Cuphead.
The Cuphead.
For however much longer.
About a week and a half.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm really liking our Call of Cthulhu playthrough. Yeah. It's just not getting as many views as the other ones.
It's a good game.
But yeah, I'm playing that for me at this point. Ooh,
Yep.
I played that game.
Full Metal Alchemist 2?
Yeah. It was okay.
On PlayStation 2?
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll catch you on the flip side.
Yeah.
You'll catch us on the flip side.
Subs up. Mm-hmm.
Subs up.
Subs up.
Subs up. Be a sub above. Jersey Mikes.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Chase.
I'm Cheyenne. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Adios.